Well, let's talk about why raising your rates is good. Welcome, you guys. So I am here with I just have to say, personally, a very good friend now. Michael and
Wow.
Given, as you guys have seen, we have been collaborating on some really cool stuff. And it's just an awesome opportunity to get to know somebody who's just as kind hearted and giving as I feel like I am. And I think it's so cool when we get that opportunity to work with other people. And for those of you guys that don't know, Michael is also a coach for tutors, and a lot of people be like, "Well, Joanne, why are you collaborating with another coach for tutors?" As if but I think there's so much that we all have to add. We have our own way of adding value to each other, and I think this is so cool. And so today we're going to be talking about why raising rates is good. And on top of that, we have a 5-day challenge that is coming on up that you guys are going to have the opportunity to join. And that 5-day challenge is really going to go into how do I go through each of these pieces with success with my current clients, with the success with the new clients that I'll be bringing on board. And well, let's talk about why raising your rates is good. There are reasons, really good reasons, for you to raise your rates, right?
Mhm.
Because you have your own value. What are some reasons why over time you've decided to raise your rates, Michael?
I think recognizing, well, first of all, recognizing I think the value of what is it that I'm offering to clients, and what are the results I've been seeing, and looking at the bigger picture of what has this tutoring meant, and thinking, you know what, I deserve this. Like, I deserve
Mm.
to charge my worth, because nobody can tell me, oh, you're gonna make this much and that's it. I'm the only person capping is myself.
Right.
And I recognize, no, like, I've been doing this for a long, long time. I deserve to have a raise for this. Here's the value. And I would write down, these are the things I do that are valuable. These are the things that I've seen go well. These are the things I can pivot. But looking at the first two lists, especially, I'm like, okay, well, if there's so much on the first two lists, like, jump up and go for it. Why are you holding yourself back from doing that?
Yeah.
And also just recognizing too, year over year, businesses raise their, inflation, and I mean, strictly from a logic point of view, just the inflation and money, money over time, you need to go up and do that. But from the business side and the emotion side and the rational side, I'm like, look at what you're bringing forward, the value, and look at what you're doing for yourself and what you're doing for others, and make that adjustment. Because
Yeah.
if it's time, it's time, and you'll know if it's time. You'll have that stirring and feeling of, checking your worth and being like, am I charging enough for what I'm doing? And at that time, check in with yourself and see, okay, what are we doing so far? What's working? What do we need to grow and pivot? And when we grow and pivot, what can we charge, or
Yep.
what can we do to make this model even better?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then that's the time to make the jump. And if you're confident in it and you're presenting the value, then families get on board with that.
Yeah.
Most families will jump on board, because you've got the relationships with them. If they're new, they just know this model. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a lot easier to do that with new. Actually, it's different. I shouldn't say easier. With new clients, they know the latest model. With your new
Yeah.
clients, it's an upgrade, it's an update. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have to think about the cost of doing business, right?
Hmm.
So your costs may be increasing to do business. You have to
Hmm.
think about, like, what are some of those costs that how much does it cost you to do business? And are these resources that you're consistently using to add
Yeah.
value and raise it to the next level, right? Compared to other people. So think about too, like, what is that value? Like, figure that out for yourself. But like, what other resources are you providing for your client that they can even use in between sessions so that
Yeah.
they're continuing to have their child work without you having to plan out every single assignment or those kinds of things, right? So it's another
Absolutely.
reason to raise your rates is so that you can afford the things that you need to afford. And I am
I
that.
know. It's been great. It's been so
It is
awesome.
great. It is. It's gonna be so much fun. So definitely come and join us for this because you will get a lot of value out of it. And you'll learn how to attract that client, even if you're working with some of those other platforms like Wyzant or tutors.com or anything like that. You're also going to learn some other things about like how do I actually attract my ideal client, right? And into the mix. And I think that's really key. So thanks for
Absolutely.
joining us today. Thanks for joining us, Michael. So glad that you guys were able
Oh,
to
thank
join
you.
us.